Hi, it's been a while since I posted a video on YouTube, and that's because I've been trying to cope with this huge loss that happened on June 2nd. It's been 2 weeks since my portfolio was liquidated. It was 85% of my portfolio gone. That's about $650,000 wiped out in one day. It was a lot of money to me, and I'm sure it's a lot for most people as well. And I'm still trying to wake up from this nightmare, but I have to try to recover. I'm trying to rebuild my portfolio back up, but to make $650,000 is very difficult. Making money in the stock market is very hard. And to see that money gone, it was just devastating. I knew what I was getting into when I placed the trade, and it was selling naked calls. And normally I sell cover calls, but this time I didn't have any shares, so there were naked calls. Naked calls has unlimited risk. But what I thought was that I could essentially roll the contracts until they become worthless. So what ultimately destroyed my portfolio was me over leveraging. I was selling way too many naked calls, and I'm a little angry that my brokerage was able to allow me to sell that many naked calls, knowing that AMC was a very volatile stock. And on June 2nd, when AMC went up over 100%, that's when they decided to raise their maintenance requirements. And I couldn't afford to pay the maintenance margin requirements. I pretty much had to liquidate everything that I had, hoping that I can survive another day, but I couldn't. And if I had, I would have recovered most of it, because a lot of those calls were out of the money. They were above 70 strike price. But because there was a gamma squeeze on June 2nd, I had no choice but to liquidate. At one point, I had a maintenance call of over $1 million. That's ridiculous. And it's unfortunate that I didn't have enough money to cover. So if I had an extra $2 million lying somewhere, I wouldn't be down this much money. But because I didn't, and because I over leveraged, I took a huge hit on my portfolio. $650,000. I don't know anyone that lost that much money in one day. A retail trader, that is. Yes, hedge funds, they lose billions and billions of dollars, but they have money coming in. I don't. Trading was my full-time job. So this was morning of June 2nd. You can see that the losses were there. I had losses of 7,000, 2,000. So this was morning of June 2nd, before the gamma squeeze. And this was after they liquidated my account. They eventually had to liquidate the 120 strike price, another 120 strike price for June 11th. So those would have expired worthless if I had kept them. You can see at the very top, for June 73 strike price, I was down $162,000. So AMC that day made a high of, I believe, $66. At the bottom, you can see July 9th, it's a 40 strike price. I was down $109,000. I just wish I had a little bit more time. You might call me an idiot because I sold those naked calls, but those naked calls would have been profitable. But we cannot control the time, and I just feel so stupid that I over leveraged thinking that I could have made money on this trade, but I didn't. And so for the past few weeks now, I haven't been able to sleep. Every time I think about it, I just start crying. It is a lot of money. It's impossible to make that back. What I've been doing is I started Uber driving. So Uber Eats, yesterday was my first day. So far I made $145. It was fun, exciting, and some people were very generous. Get the see details. I've already made $49 in tips. So people are generous tipping. Today I made $74, and I'm going to be driving more in another hour or so. And this is what I'm going to be doing to slowly rebuild my portfolio back up. And this happens. I never thought that I could lose this much money in one day, but it happened. And all I can do right now is try to be positive because that money is gone. I can't get that back. And AMC, it's sad because I love AMC. I even have the AMC pass. All I was trying to do was trying to make a few $1,000s. That's not being greedy at all. Yes, I know that I sold a bunch of out of the money call options. When you sell out of the money call options, you don't make that much unless you sell a lot of them. So people who sell naked calls or sell cover calls, if you sell them out of the money, you would know that you don't get a lot of premium. And most of the time, I'm very cautious. I can't dwell on the past. I just have to keep moving forward. And I just wanted to share this with you, that it's real and it happened. And it happened to me.